Hi there. For today's movie review or discussion, I'm going to talk about movies portraying the most iconic character there is, which is Sherlock Holmes, who obviously came from literature, and we have the complete works here. Very thick book. That was given to me by Terry. He knew I was a fan of Sherlock Holmes. I've been reading Arthur Conan Doyle since I was a schoolboy, and he has been filmed probably more than any other fictional character, I would say. And my favourite portrayal of him is the old black and white series starring Basil Rathbone as Sherlock Holmes and Nigel Bruce as Dr. Watson. And I think they actually capture the personality of the pair very, very well. Two interesting guys. Basil Rathbone, I believe, was originally from Liverpool. He won an MC Military Cross during the First World War, and Nigel Bruce ended up with 11 machine gun bullets in his leg and pelvis during World War One. So two heroes really, and they brought to the character a certain authenticity. The only downside, I would say, to that series was that they were filmed in the United States, and the architecture is all wrong for the locations. But apart from that, I really enjoyed watching them, and I've still got them, and I still watch them every now and again. And some of the stories when I was very young were terrifying. Scarlet Claw I found terrifying, and particularly the Black Pearl, which had a character in it called the Hoxton Creeper, who was portrayed by Rondo Hatton. And I looked up the story of Rondo Hatton. It's very unfortunate. He was quite an athletic young man, and he was gassed during World War One, and it left him with quite a disfigured head and face, and his torso, and it really changed him completely, to the point where he could only take certain types of acting jobs. He was perfect for the Hoxton Creeper, who was a huge character who could snap people's spines, and I found it a very disturbing tale. So I'll put a link to the trailer to one of the Basil Rathbone Holmes stories, so you can look them up. I think there's several of them are on YouTube. Then we come on to more modern movie portrayals, and Guy Ritchie did two so far. There's a hint of a third, starring Robert Downey Jr. as Holmes and Jude Law as Watson, and I thought they were really, really good. The first one had Mark Strong as a villain. He's one of my favourite actors of all time, and the second one really even surpassed the first. I thought they were superb. I look forward to more of them, and particularly Downey really brought something to the role, and I found it really, really well done. Going to television, on British television for many years there was a series where Jeremy Brett portrayed Holmes. I never watched it. I met Jeremy Brett in the TV studios, morning television, when I was there with a client, and I found him one of the most annoying people I've ever met. So I never watched those episodes at all. But then the BBC produced Sherlock, which was a modern adaptation, and when it starts, Martin Freeman is suffering from some sort of PTSD, and it turns out he was a doctor in the army, Royal Army Medical Corps, serving in Afghanistan. And it suddenly realised, yeah, that's exactly what the original Dr. Watson did. He fought in Afghanistan in the old Northwest frontier. And it was brought up to date in a most engaging way. And I really, really enjoyed it. The modern equivalents worked very, very well. The first few series were excellent. The last series, I thought, lost it completely. And then there's a series called Elementary, which is an American series, starring Johnny Lee Miller as Holmes, with Lucy Liu as a female Watson. And it's a completely different take on the story, but it still works. It works really, really well. Surprisingly, I thought it just shows how much you can adapt the original source material and still come up with something really, really gripping. So Sherlock Holmes is a character that's lasted through the ages. Arthur Conan Doyle tried to kill him off at the Reichenbach Falls and had to resurrect him. So loud was the clamour to have him brought back. And that was in the Strand magazines where they originally appeared. And he's always been in print ever since, and movies and TV series will continue to be made. So if you're a Holmes fan like I am, some of the stuff I've talked about, I'm sure you will enjoy.